Well, coming into the game, we were very concerned about North Florida's ability to make threes. We've been defending the three pretty well in these early season games, but clearly North Florida has the ability to stretch your defense out. And when the game started out with them making a three on the very first possession, that concerns you as a coach. But I thought we did a good job defensively. In our man-to-man defense, we put pressure on the three-point shooter, but the threes they made were really guarded pretty good. But they only shot 30%, 31% from three, and under 40% from the field overall, and that's our goal. So pretty good defensive effort. Offensively, I would like us to play faster, and I thought Chris Likes was the difference. He picked up the tempo, and that's how you end up scoring 86 points. You can get into the open court and you run before the other team's defense can get set, and I thought Chris did that. He did a nice job.
Can you talk about Sam and what he brings to this team?
Well, Sam missed, I think, almost 2 full weeks of practice with a back issue, and he only played his first game against LaSalle on Wednesday. This is game 2. But he brings a whole new dimension because he's about 6'10", and he's gotten a lot stronger since the day he came. He weighed about 190 when he came. He's like 217 now. So he gives us another dimension in the front court, along with Dewan Yule, Buka Zundu, Rodney Miller, and Anthony Lawrence. So we're very, very happy to have him, and we're happy with the way he's come in and scored and rebounded, and he can handle the ball pretty well. So he's going to have a good role and be a consistent contributor at both ends of the court, I believe.
Free throw shooting second half, that had to be an impressive stretch for you?
Well, I told my team after the game there's only 351 Division I schools, and we're 350 in free throw percentage, and that our goal is to be the most improved free throw shooting team in the country by February, because we have guys who can make free throws. And you saw it today. Dewan Yule went 5 for 7. Anthony Lawrence went 6 for 7. And I think our guards, need to get to the foul line and make some free throws. Bruce didn't get fouled at all. I'd like to see him get to the foul line because he's a very good free throw shooter as well. So we just need to do a better job of getting to the foul line and then cashing in once we get there.
You talk about Lonnie. Was he sick? Someone said he was sick, or was he fine?
I don't know who said that.
Okay.
Did you read that online or something?
I did. Maybe it was wrong.
Okay. Oh, you find out everything online. I haven't read it. I don't go online very often.
Here. I'm asking the real source.
No, I'm not. I have no idea.
Oh, well, could you assess?
But when I get home, I'll write it in my blog. But maybe it's.
Can you assess how he's played so far and tonight? And
I think he missed 3 months of work, and he's going to find times when he's really in sync with the other guys, and I'm still trying to figure him out. I think it was like Dwayne Wade with the Chicago Bulls last year. Once they figured things out, then D. Wade played great, and I think Lonnie will be the same way.
Is there anything in particular with that, Jim?
I'm sorry?
Is there anything in particular with that you're trying to figure out, or what you're seeing, and maybe it's not?
Yeah, we're not exactly right offensively yet. I've talked to my coaches. We might, tweak some things. Not now because we have a very short turnaround, but once we get a little bit of time in between the last days of class, I think we play Boston University, and then we don't play again until GW. So we got to figure out where we're going to be offensively, because we can be a better offensive team. I say that when we scored 86 points. We shot 50% from the field, and if DJ made it 2 or 3 threes, we would have, maybe shot a lot better from 3. DJ normally makes those shots.
But you just sort of feel like they're not in sync.
No, it's not. It's not so much. It's about your identity. Like if I'm pushing it on the fast break, I got to identify who's running with me and what that guy does well. Is he a layup maker or is he a three-point shooter? And can I get an open 3 or can I get him a lob pass? Like we had a couple of plays today where I thought maybe Lonnie or Bruce could have caught a lob, but Jaquan had the ball. He didn't want to turn it over, and their defense was maybe anticipating the lob. So he made a good decision not to throw a pass that would have been stolen or deflected. So as a player, you're constantly making decisions. So we got to get better at that.
With the three-point shooting, 2 games ago, you guys made 12, and then 3 tonight, 5 last game. Are you anything different that you're seeing from the perimeter shooting?
Yeah, one night they went in, and one night they didn't.
Satisfied with the looks then?
I mean, I think every time DJ shoots, it's going in. And Lonnie's a very good three-point shooter. I think he only took one. Where is he? Lonnie was 0 for 1. Now, Chris was 2 for 5, which is good. That's 40%. It's just, you know, in a game like today, when we really wanted to go inside, and if you look at the numbers, we were 54 to 22 in the paint. No, so I'm not going to shoot a lot of threes if we can score at the rim. Actually, I thought our big guys should have scored a lot more. I didn't think they called for the ball enough.
Can you talk a little more about Chris in detail? Just, I mean, he's so tiny. What is it that you like so much about him? And
Okay. I don't take offense to it, but I will explain my thinking. Bruce Lee was 5'7". Tom Cruise is 5'7". I think they're pretty good at what they do. Would you agree?
yeah.
Mark Wahlberg is 5'8". He's a giant. And those guys handle their business very much like Chris Likes does. Chris is fast, he's quick, he's a nuisance on defense, he can shoot the three, he can blow by you. How many of you have seen a college player push the ball right-handed the length of the court, go around his back, lay it in, and get fouled, no matter what size they are, right? So to me, it's not about height, it's about heart. And he's got a huge heart, and he's got huge skills. And he's learning. He's only a freshman. And tonight he had 10 points, 4 assists, 1 turnover, and 19 minutes of playing time. I'd take that every night. Double-figure points and 4 to 1 an assist to turnover ratio in half the game.
Did you see that right away when you recruited him? You saw it?
Well, I saw him play so many times. I can't tell you the first time I saw him play, but the first time I saw him play in Florida was here in Miami in the, I forget what the name of that is, at Christmas time. I went over and Shaky Rodriguez was there. And you should all know Shaky, he's a legend here. And when I arrived, he asked me who I was looking at. And Gonzaga High School, College High School, was on the floor, and I pointed to Chris Likes. And he said, no, seriously, who are you looking at? I said, seriously, watch him play, and then tell me what you think. So he watched him play, and Chris was sick that day, and he only had like 16 points, and he just played okay. The next day, we played at home, and they played the second night. The third night, I went back for the championship, and Shaky was there for all 3 games. At the end of the tournament, Chris was MVP, had like 36 points, and Shaky Rodriguez said, that kid is great. And he knows what really good basketball players look like. So I have no doubt in my mind that Chris is going to be an outstanding college player in our program. But he also has to be very patient and learn what we're about, because he does have some things that mentally he needs to really examine. So like for tonight, he needed to throw the ball to the high post to the 4-man and let the 5-man cut. Instead, he threw it to the 5-man and let the 4-man cut. That's not the play. Even though the 5-man was open, it wasn't a turnover, but he should have been throwing it to the 4-man. The other thing is he's playing with some really good guards. He's got Bruce Brown, Jaquan Newton, DJ, and Lonnie. So it's not like he's just going to be thrown to the wolves and be expected to play 30 minutes every night like we expect from Jaquan and Bruce.
As a whole, 5 games in, what do you see in Bruce's game so far?
I think Bruce is playing like Clark Kent. A little, conservative, got the glasses on, got his suit on and tie. At some point, hopefully soon he'll remove the glasses and become Superman.
Put on a cape.
No, you already will have the cape on under the suit. You don't have to go put that on. At least in the movies I've seen. He doesn't rip off the shirt and not have the costume on, right? The S is on the chest as soon as he rips off the tie.
What are your thoughts on the next game, Minnesota?
I've watched Minnesota a couple of times already. I think they're great. They've got every ingredient. Richard Pitino has done a fantastic job of piecing a puzzle together, and that's what you do in coaching. They've got great perimeter players. Mason, the kid's name is McBrayer. Amir Coffey, who we recruited really hard. I love him. Left-handed, very skilled. And then Lynch and Murphy are ridiculously good. They're, I think, a real contender to win the Big Ten and win a national championship. So we're going to have our hands full. And I'm guessing, but I'm pretty sure I'm guessing right, that place will be sold out. And it's a part of the ACC Big Ten Challenge. It's going to be a very, very competitive game. It's our first road game. It's our first true road game at the opponent's home court. And it's our first game against a top 10 type team. So this will be a good barometer for us as to where we are, because we still have a lot of work to do, and I can see that.
And they have balance, like you said, balance across their lineup, but Murphy in particular, the matchup problems that he can present a team with what he does.
Yeah, he's 6'6" and plays like he's 7'2". He's a man. He's a hard matchup for any team, and he's very hard to guard because of the guys who are around him. One of the things that makes a guy good is you got really good players around you. If you're looking at the Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry is great, but he's got Kevin Durant next to him, he's got Klay Thompson next to him, he's got Draymond Green. That's a lot of good players. You look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, you look at the Boston Celtics, you look at the teams in the ACC like Duke and Carolina and Virginia Tech and Notre Dame. All those teams have really good players. And the teams that are really tough are the teams that are experienced. We have older guys who have been fighting through this. We've got only one senior, only 2 juniors. We're very young, and we're very much in the learning stage.
When you talked about Bruce wanting him to be Superman and things like that, one of the things he did last year against good opponents, he had big games. Are you hoping, expecting a big game for him?
No, I'm just hoping that he plays like Bruce Brown plays. I mean, he's really good. He might have a triple-double. He might score 20 points. He might get 10 rebounds. I mean, he's just a darn good basketball player and just a fun kid to be around and coach.
Let's get one more question.
Coach, where do you see this team compared to some of the teams you've coached in the years past, and how does it compare to maybe some of those great?
It's just younger. If you look at the guys who came in off the bench today, 3 of them were freshmen. Now, it's no excuse now. As I watched Duke play yesterday, at the end of the game, they had 5 freshmen in there. And they look pretty good to me. But our freshmen have to learn. We got to get Lonnie more heavily involved. So.